This problem is a construction problem, and no number or anything with it. It's just problem number 1. An estimator prepared a budget for a pipeline project that was 11,400 linear foot long with 5,300 linear foot of 8-inch diameter pipe and 6,100 linear foot of 6-inch diameter pipe. The install cost of the 8-inch pipe is $9 per linear foot, and the install cost of the 6-inch pipe is $7.50 per linear foot. The mobilization costs are going to be $10,000. Based on a combined overhead and profit margin of 25%, what is the final bid amount? Okay, so we just have a combination of a couple things. The first thing is an estimation, tallying up our linear feet. Somebody's already done that work for us, so there's not a quantity takeoff that needs to be done. And then we just multiply by the unit cost by the actual unit. So nothing real difficult here. We have 8-inch pipe, 8-inch pipe, 6-inch pipe, and then we have a mobilization cost that we'll add in, and then we have to figure out incorporate the profit and overhead margin that they've given us of 25%. So the first thing we want to do is just get the pipe values. So we have the 8-inch pipe, which was, we had 5,300 linear foot of that, and that was at or by, it's multiplied times the $9 a linear foot. So we multiply that out, and I get 47,700 for that. That would be dollars, of course. Then we have 6-inch diameter pipe, and that was, we had 6,100 linear foot of that, and that was at $7 and multiplied by, or at $7.50 per linear foot. Multiply that out, and we get 45,750. So nothing real challenging yet. And then we have mobilization costs. We would want to account for that. It's just a lump sum value, mobilization abbreviated. So we have 3 different values. We're going to add those up, and I get 103,450 for those 3 values. And that would be our subtotal. And so now we want to account for the overhead and profit margin. And before you just multiply this value by 0.25 and add it to the subtotal, or just multiply it by 1.25, be careful about doing that, because it says that it wants a profit margin of 25%, which means, or overhead and profit margin of 25% for the job, which means your profit and overhead by definition, profit margin by definition, is a multiplication of the revenue, the total revenue. Alright, so in doing so, you want to actually divide by 1 minus the profit margin and overhead markup, or not markup, but the overhead and profit margin. So that would be, you would actually divide this by 0.75 in this case. So it's going to be, the total is going to be the subtotal divided by 1 minus the 0.25, which is going to be, is going to, in this case, be 0.75. So taking the 103,450 and divide that by 0.75, and what is that? Make sure your battery has power. My battery actually, my Casio is actually working on sunlight right now. So, but it's $138,000. 138. There's 137,933 to be exact. $138,000.